What's up, Internet? My name is Attack Slug, and welcome to Let's Mess with WWE 2K15 on the PS4. I know it's been a little while since I did one of these, but I did watch Raw I watch Raw on Tuesdays. Anyway, I watched Raw last night, and obviously today's Wednesday, so I wanted to talk a little bit about what happened on Raw, a little bit about my feelings on where they're going in their current direction. And I guess kind of first and foremost, what the hell are they doing with Dolph Ziggler and Lana and Rusev? Like, that whole thing just seems super bizarre, and I had higher hopes when they were going to split up Rusev and Lana as far as directions they could go with that. And they were just kind of going in the most boring direction possible. But from what the rumors are saying, it is possible that Dolph is not going to re-sign when his contract is up, or perhaps he's just playing hardball. No one actually knows, but that is what the dirt sheets are on about right now, and that's, you know, a shame, because I think he's a talented dude, and then, like, they just don't want to do anything with him because they think he's injury prone, and that's kind of a waste. Like, accidents happen. That was like that. Accidents happen, like Seth Rollins there missing his, I may have left the difficulty on Legend for some reason, so this may go very poorly for me. Like, I can't play this game on Legend. I'm not that good. We've established this. Anyway, yeah, so that was a thing, and I don't know what they're gonna do with... Like, obviously you can't do much with Rusev right now until he's actually not hurt anymore, so you can't really have him doing anything physical. I think, actually having an injury, you know, and crutches, is nice, because as we've seen in previous years, when you weren't actually hurt, like, say, Zack Ryder, and didn't know how to use crutches, was, kind of painfully embarrassing. But anyway, yeah, so that, like, what are they doing with Adam Rose? Like, I guess he's not, you know, it's no longer party time all the time. And I don't know what they're, like, that was technically technically the wrestling main event of that show, of Raw, was Dolph Ziggler versus Adam Rose. And I'm like, what is even happening? There's so much stuff that's just kind of stagnant right now. It's like, are they going to do anything with Wade Barrett? Like, do they care? This, like, start and stop with Wade Barrett is, like... I want better for the guy. I think he's super talented. But... I don't know what the fuck they're going to do with him. And speaking of which, what the fuck are they doing with Cesaro? Now that Tyson Kidd is apparently going to be having neck surgery and going to be out for over a year. Which fucking sucks for him. But, like, Cesaro, one of my favorite guys, super talented, should be on Raw every week. He's awesome. So, what the hell's going on there? I honestly don't know, and it's kind of frustrating. And I'm getting messages here that I'm going to look at while this is doing its replay, because that is kind of how I do things here, as I, you know... Yeah. Nothing important. Alright, moving on. The appropriate, the appropriate main event here, for this episode is Lesnar and Cena, because then I could talk about both Lesnar and Cena. And I guess we'll start with Cena. I've heard that it's possible that Owens may lose the NXT belt before he gets to, Battleground, when he fights Cena for the US belt, so it is quite possible that he will win the US belt from John Cena, and that's great in terms of, you know, putting him on the main roster and getting him that bump, you know, and having him have beaten Cena twice is fantastic. But what do you do with Cena after that? Do you go into a rematch for SummerSlam? Like, what is your possible conclusion as you go into, you know, the biggest show of the summer, which is SummerSlam? It's like they're seemingly stacking up this card for Battleground, and it's Battleground. Like, it's a B-tier pay-per-view. Now, granted, if you want to make every pay-per-view seem important, and that's kind of hard when you have so many of them, but if you want to make everyone seem important and have a stacked card, at what point do people kind of get tired of seeing the same quote-unquote big matches over and over again? Like, at what point is that no longer special? I don't know. It's weird. Like, the way that they're handling it is weird. So, I mean, it's nice to see Brock in, you know. I mean, having Brock at Battleground is weird. Oop. Hit. What the hell was that? He reversed it. You weren't even facing me, asshole. This is what happens when you have the AI that is, I think, is on Legend right now, which is not helping things. This is Extreme Rules, John Cena. We're gonna get this chair and Extreme Rules the hell out of you. Boom! There we go. Wear him out. So I'm very curious as to how they handle Cena Owens, you know, for the third time in this pay-per-view cycle, which having them in the second time was weird because it was that weird, hey, we're gonna have the Chamber and then we're gonna have Money in the Bank like in 2 weeks and we're gonna announce it at the same pay-per-view that we had it. So what the fuck? Nope, that's not gonna work. What the hell was that? And that brings us to the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar, who apparently it's no longer called the German Suplex, it's just called Suplex City, and that's, I'm not sure how to feel about that. Like, moves have names. Now, if you wanted to, you say, oh, that's, you know, now one of his signatures, and that's, you know, certainly you can make the argument that German Suplex is now, like, a Brock Lesnar thing, and much like, say, the Irish Curse Backbreaker, you know, you can rename it, but having Michael Cole say Suplex City like 45 times over the course of that Raw was effing ridiculous. So, there's that. I don't know that I necessarily agree with having Brock get the usual overwhelming odds on your face beat down that every other face has in the company. I don't think Brock is like any other face in the company. I thought him giving Michael Cole a noogie was fucking hilarious. But the reason why people like Brock Lesnar and cheer Brock Lesnar is because he is legitimately a scary motherfucker that you don't want to ever meet anywhere else in a dark alley. Because he could legitimately kill you. But having him, oh well, there's like 3 guys. Yeah, he fought back, but like the whole, oh, there goes the ladder. Yeah, there's 3 guys and blah blah. I'm not gonna. Nope. I just lost. I just lost to that. Fucking legend, new champion crowned. Spoiler: Cena wins with the fucking 5 jerk-off shuffle. So goddamn stupid. Anyway, I was more interested in making my point there, which is, I don't agree with... They've built Brock as this unstoppable monster for like 3 years now, and then just, oh yeah, he's getting beat up by Kane, who I will remind you, Kane is the grandfather. Seth Rollins, who, you know, he's the traditional chicken shit heel, and Joey Mercury, because apparently Jamie Noble had 3 ribs broken because Brock is a fucking beast. And here's Cena doing his celebration, which is hilarious. So, I don't know how you get from Battleground to SummerSlam, when supposedly the main event for SummerSlam is Brock versus Reigns. And if Brock wins the belt, Brock versus Reigns. I don't see why, like, realistically, I'm not sure how you don't have Brock win the belt. Obviously, you can kind of have, you know, the odds be stacked against him, and perhaps it is more interesting to have the face chase after the title than anything else, but it's Brock. And this is apparently R-Truth versus Razor Ramon, which we're not going to play, but that's interesting that it's taking in the random cause that I have, that I got from the community. So, I don't know. The whole situation seems weird to me. I know they're going to be having this thing in Japan on the 4th of July with Brock fighting somebody that was supposedly going to be Kofi Kingston, but now it might not be Kofi Kingston. I don't know. But that's one of those things where they're doing it on the network, which looks really cool. Cool Quit match. But in any event, we've got Brock on TV apparently for the next couple of weeks, at least. Like, at least until SummerSlam, maybe? I don't know. I'm not sure how they're going to handle that. I'm not sure if he signed on for more dates. I'm not sure what the actual deal is with his current contract. But I will say how they've used Brock since he came back the first time. Notwithstanding the part where he had the belt and wasn't around for fucking months at a time. But how they used him the first time, where it was sparingly, and it was for big matches, and they felt like important big matches because he wasn't on TV every week. Now, obviously, I don't think they're going to have him work matches on Raw or SmackDown, and certainly not house shows. So, you know, certainly only have him work matches at pay-per-view. But that means if you have him on TV every week, building angles, it kind of makes it seem less special. And they really don't have anybody else that you can kind of do that with. I mean, obviously, they kind of don't have Bray Wyatt do that many TV appearances outside of his creepy looking for the cosmic key shit in the back room. But I'm not really sure what you do with that there. And if you're going to make Brock seem less special like every other face in the company, then what is even the point? Additionally, Sheamus' Money in the Bank, what the hell do you do with that? That's weird. Anyway, that's kind of my thoughts on some of the happenings on Raw this week. And perhaps I'll make this a weekly thing. I don't know. But in any case, I am your host, Attack Slug. I've got plenty of other videos here, so go check them out. And I will see you next time, right here on this channel. And I'm out.